to the home of the BYU Cougars in LaVell Edwards Stadium in Provo, Utah. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the Cincinnati Bearcats, taking on another Big 12 foe, the BYU Cougars. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. BYU ready to put a foot to it and get this game going. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Cincinnati's offense will get the first crack at it here. Last week was a tape they'd rather just put right in the dumpster and forget about it. David, how does a guy bounce back from a game like the one he had last week?
Well, hopefully he burned that tape, because that was not pretty. That was not what they're wanting to do, man. Just turning the football over, not enough productive plays. And so how do you bounce back? How do you get started in this football game? Jesse, make it easy. Get them in a rhythm. Don't make it very complicated. Don't give them a chance to turn it over again. You don't need to put this losing streak to another digit in the column.
Yeah, I agree. I think there was two big things. I think one, he was just pressing. He was trying to force the big play to happen when there were other completions to be had. So he's just got to do a better job being patient. And I think the guys around him also have to step up as well. They need to run the football. They need to get that controlled passing game going on early to get into a rhythm, as you said, to help this guy get into a good headspace here early and turn the page from what happened the last time out.
And the timing just a hair off. And the Bearcats will punt this one away.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
He only needs a sliver of daylight. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. So BYU's offense will go to work for the first time today. And for their sake, they better hope they've solved some of the turnover and protection issues that just plagued them in a nightmare of a game last week, David.
It was not a good performance. And this offense has got to grow. It's got to get better. And they've got to find some ways to move the football. They've got to throw the football, but we can't turn it over. Jesse, those are the critical mistakes. More games are lost than won. And last week, too many turnovers for this quarterback.
Well, they just had too many negative plays and too many turnovers in that game to win. They believe they've got the dudes offensively to win games so long as they stay on schedule. But when you're going backwards and you're giving the offense on the other side more possessions because you turn it over, that's a recipe for disaster, and that's something they have to be able to avoid in this game.
The Cougars with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. They're going to test the right side with this one. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And the Cougars come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to run for it. Breaks into the open. Touchdown, BYU! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him. There's a reason they call. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Unloads to the wideout. Working on the right. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Used the play fake, now to throw. Got him downfield. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
If they're going to sit back in zone, I'm going to make sure I know exactly what they're doing, find those holes, find those crossing patterns, and take advantage of that zone coverage.
Jones wants to throw it. Just a short pass to the tight end. All down, and they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
The Bearcats getting set on 1st and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. The handoff to Johnson. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Running back searching for a hole. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Under fire. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoked the fear of God into this defense, because this 3-and-out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. Delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Nice job to make the fair catch at the 16. Make sure that ball didn't bounce into the coffin corner. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Finding themselves down 7-0. They'd love to get a drive going here. Handoff from the gun. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Off play action. Caught in the backfield, it's Simmons. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football, knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by
Jones to throw. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14. Touchdown, Cougars. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score.
And the defense sets the tone early. Football game. We're still in the first quarter.
So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Under fire. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Punch for the tackle. They make the stop at the 26, and let's see if they bring out the punt team.
Listen, I know this running back is shifty. I know he's really good in the open field, but that's just asking too much of him at this point. 3rd and long situation. He wasn't going to be able to make that extra guy miss trying to get that first down.
Makes a nice grab at the 25. He's got great speed. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. They'll give it to Johnson. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They'll try the run. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And, you know, when we talk about great 3rd down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on 1st and 2nd down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up 3rd and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that 2nd down by this defense.
They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. That's the end of the quarter, and BYU is on top. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. Maybe a tad out of field goal range and way too close to punt it. Kind of in no man's land, so they'll go for it on fourth down. Going for the marker on the ground. And BYU will get the first down.
And I've never met an offensive player who said, no, we don't want to go for it on 4th and 1. 4th and 1 is a great situation for the offense. You've got to get 1 yard. You practice it all the time. You've got to be physical. Go out and get it. They did a good job going out and getting that 1 yard.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. The Cougars trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Looking for room at the 30. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Catch in the middle, it's Spotmeyer. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. BYU has this offense clicking. Smith dropping to pass. Unloads it left. Snags it. He gets it in. Finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance.
Now, you always want to get the home crowd jacked up and get them excited, get out to an early lead, and they have 20-0. Defense playing well, offense playing well. They got a lot to cheer about here at home.
Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. On 1st and goal, let's see if BYU can score here. Trying to bully their way in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, BYU! They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Looking to fire. Bringing the heat. Trying to escape and get it himself. There he goes. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Looking down the middle. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15. And the Bearcats can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The corners are walked up tight. Jones wants to throw it. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Working that left side now. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. The Bearcats didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play. And on offense, you know this is 4-down territory. You have to come away with a touchdown. You're getting boat raced in this game right now, and you're going to have to make this possession count.
Yeah, definitely because of the slow start, now putting yourself behind the 8 ball, I think this offense is going to have to be aggressive the rest of the game.
On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in. Touchdown, Cincinnati! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get him. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And he tacks on the extra point. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they want, and now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. The handoff to Johnson. Picks up the first down. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
And this guy's going to have to come through for you in this game. He picks up another first down, but he's your Heisman contender. He's the best player on your football team.
Turning it on. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. He's racked up 92 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. Smith wants to throw. Not quite in rhythm there, incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
With the catch, it's Napier. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
It's 3rd down, and the line to gain is the 36. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed in the marker. It's Napier. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a first at the 29.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you loved playing on teams with great offenses.
Leaves it with the back. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
And I think the biggest thing for this young man is we've seen him be so great all throughout the season. How do you finish? And how do you finish decides if you win that big trophy at the end of the year. He's in the Heisman running late in the season. I bet you he'll get a lot of touches today.
They go to the ground. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Off the bootleg and rolling out. Caught in the backfield. It's Napier. Oh, he's got some space. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. Smith dropping to pass. It's complete. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Touchdown, BYU! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And that is a perfect job by the offense, executing that 2-minute situation. The quarterback was really in charge and focused. Made sure that all the right decisions were being made with respect to execution and the clock. This is something you practice all season long, and they execute the 2-minute perfectly here at the end of the half.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see just how aggressive they'll be. The give is to Williams. Shut down in the backfield again, and that might do it here in the half. And what a way for this defense to wind up the quarter. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great atmosphere today in Provo. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. And with that, let's send it back to our broadcast team inside Lavelle Edwards Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. The kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Going to the run to start this second half. Breaks into the open. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
How about the defense trying to slow this dude down? He's a Heisman contender for a reason. He's so difficult to tackle, and what a challenge. All week long, they knew that they had to key on this guy and really try to at least limit him if they were going to win.
Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Trying play action. Oh, they're after him. Caught near the sticks. It's Napier. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. BYU lines up with a 1st and goal. They makes the grab. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Now on 2nd and goal. Smith wants to throw. Touchdown, Cougars. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. They've got the screen set up. He'll be run out of bounds right at the 25. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They run into a bit of trouble here, 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on 3rd down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle, he's going to get north and south and somehow get the 1st down. Nice tackling by the defense.
There he goes. Headed to the end zone. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Cougars. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. It's complete to the right. And it'll be a 1st down as he gets it to the 24-yard line. The Cougars come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Rides the back on the option to give. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. And the Cougars in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They'll go right back to him. And he's down at the 41. That's a 1st down.
Man, that looked like an easy decision for the quarterback. Hand it off, give him the ball, let him get 5+ yards. Nice decision. Nice job by the running back getting the yardage.
And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Motion from the wideout. Trying to use the speed on the jet sweep. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
So many offenses do this, right? They run the jet sweep. This defense was more than ready. They see it all the time. They got the penetration. That play had no chance to be successful.
Seventh play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. The play action fake. Here comes the rush, and they've got... Now from their own 20... It's 1st and 10. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then make those physical hits count. Finish those tackles with aggressive hits. Make that quarterback feel you for the whole length of the game.
This BYU offense set up with another 1st down. Turning it on. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. You count up those explosive plays in a game, and you put a little extra star by the big runs.
Yeah, and this running back is a weapon, boy. He is so good in space. He's got shiftiness. He can make guys miss. And if this guy gets into the second level, watch out. He can hit a home run.
The Cougars pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. The offense has it 1st and 10 from the 42. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. The Cougars now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Finds the tight end. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. And the Cougars really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. To the ground to try to move the chains. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. The Cougars had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Give to the running back. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They want to run this quarterback. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Just outside the red zone at the 21, but it's 3rd and long. They get the W, and with that being win number 6, looks as if they're going bowling, guys.
And that's a good moment for this squad, right? Like, you start every season, you have big goals. It usually starts with your conference championship and winning a national championship, maybe going to the playoffs. Everybody has different goals, but getting to a bowl is always sweet, and this team's eligible now.
I know the coaches are really happy about this, the AD and the fans, because they know what it means for the program, right? You're going to get those 15 extra practices at the end of the year to help develop young talent. Looking ahead to next season, but that's next season. There's still a lot of football left to go this year. Let's just see how good of a bowl game